Welcome to So Cool Science, science you can do right at home. I'm Crazy Chris, and I'm just hanging out in this hot desert. And going over today's science file. And today's science file says... Why are hot deserts cold at night? Well, that's a super hot question. I'm thinking, try this. You'll need 2 jars, 2 thermometers, some ice, some plastic bags, and some sand. Okay, start by getting yourself 2 glass jars. Careful, they break! Then you're going to fill each of them with equal amounts of sand. To get the sand in your eye! Now take 2 thermometers and call me in the morning. Ha ha! Okay, you're gonna place these thermometers in your jars. Okay, bring these with you out on a hot and sunny day. Leave these in the sun for about 15 minutes. Now, while your 2 jars are baking in the sun, you're gonna fill 2 plastic bags with the same amount of ice. Now, quickly grab a cloth, fold it up, and place it on top of one of the jars. You're going to place these on top of the jar. Let these sit for 10 minutes. Whoa, now check that out. The jar with the ice on top of it dropped down to about 30 degrees Celsius. And the jar with the cloth on top of it only dropped down to about 40 degrees Celsius. Now they both started out at about 50 degrees Celsius, which means that the jar with just the ice on it lost heat twice as fast as the jar with just the cloth on it. So, what does this have to do with how hot deserts become cold at night? And how do deserts, well, form? Well, don't look at me, take a closer look at this. A desert is any body of land that gets less than 250 milliliters of water per year. Hot deserts are hot because sand heats up quickly and transfers this heat to the air quickly, making daytime in the desert extremely hot. Hot deserts are cold at night due to the lack of moisture, which would condense and form clouds to help hold in heat. Just like how the cloth acts like clouds to hold heat in the jar. Since deserts rarely ever have clouds, it means the desert faces the night sky. The sand loses its heat to the air very quickly, and the heat in the air is sucked out into space, which is why the jar with just ice cools down much faster than the jar with a cloth. Most deserts are formed by what's known as a rain shadow, where mountains block the path of moisture to the desert landscape. Topsoil doesn't form due to the lack of decaying plant animals, which leaves the rocky surface exposed. Only a small amount of deserts are actually sandy. You might think of deserts as hot, dry, and sandy places, yet some of the coldest places on Earth are also very dry, such as the Arctic and the Antarctic, which are very cold. So cold, it rarely ever rains or snows. In fact, there's places in Antarctica where it hasn't snowed for hundreds of years. So now you know how hot deserts can be cold at night. You know, testing hot deserts up against cold night deserts is why science is so cool.